Nutting! You got nutting! Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. And I got a little project to do. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible and check back in, listen to some live streams while I work. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, but just kind of chronicle my little thing I got to do. I'm putting in an adjustable jack, which I've done several times already. I got one more to do. I put in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 that I put in. This is the exact thing I got to do. I got to cut in a little bit because this 72-inch piece. And actually, I had to order this online. They don't even sell it in the stores because the size is, I don't know, it's unusual. And but it came in yesterday. I'm going to get to it. I got it bolted into the cement with, these anchors, which are pretty common, but they can be a little tricky. It's, a half-inch guy like this. You drill a hole, you put the anchor in, and then you screw it down. They're for, like, railings on concrete sidewalks and stuff, but done it many times. But if you drill the hole too big, it strips out and whichever. So, and I got to cut into this exactly, and it's, I don't know. It's just a pain, but I got to do it, so let's get to it, baby! Who is Q? Who is Q? I think I know who Q is, but I don't know if I'm going to say it, though. All right, this is going a lot bit faster than I thought. So now I got to drill the holes in the concrete with a special masonry bit, and this is a little dull. We'll see how it goes. And then put these in. A lot of times, you have a tendency to make the hole a little too big, and then this is, it doesn't catch. I mean, basically the way this thing works, this whole thing goes down in there, and then when you screw it up, it spreads it out. Like here, I don't know if you can see that spreading out. And so it catches it. And if you over drill it, then it's still a little loose. But if I do that, you put in some like Quikrete sort of masonry caulk, epoxy stuff. So, my original thought on Q, and I have I'm listening to some of the Q channels to try to see what's going on there, and it's so much. That's why it's so difficult for me. There's no way I could possibly follow that, all the time. But originally, before I even started following Q, I had an idea who I thought Q was, and I actually think that was somebody's baby, somebody that's on YouTube, somebody, and this person may even be, person may have political connections, may have the president's ear from time to time, okay? And what happened is it just blew up way more than they expected. It's a dude, and all right, I'm making some progress. I don't know, maybe you can figure out who I think Q is, and I think it is more than one person, but there's one main person behind it. I'm pretty sure. Maybe you can check it out. You hear that? My drill bits were too dull, so I had to go get some real quick. Doesn't look like I might get done tonight. I don't know. We'll see. President on Hannity.
So well to get them enacted, but it's having a tremendous impact. And
4.1. Blockbuster number today.
And it's already happening. You see what happened with Europe yesterday. But as we straighten out trade, we can pick up a lot of points on GDP.
To be clear, though, you don't want a trade war. You want free trade, but you want fair trade.
Right. I want fair trade. I don't want trade that people think is fair and free, but we're being charged 50%. As an example, China, and I have great respect for President Xi. I think he's a friend of mine. He may not like me so much anymore, but we'll be friends again. But China charges us 25% when we send a car to China to be sold. When they send a car to us, we charge them essentially nothing. They say 2.5%, but it's not even collected. So they get 25%, we get like nothing. And it doesn't make sense. It's not fair. You can't compete. That's like a baseball game. I give an analogy. That's like you're having a big game with a very good team, and they score 15 runs in the first inning. So the score is 15-0. Now you're going into the second inning. It's not looking good. That's what happens when they charge 25% and we're charging 2.5% and not collecting. Essentially, that's what's happening, and we can't do that. And we don't do that anymore.
You know, one of my said if Trump thinks he can get more than 3% economic growth, he's dreaming. The Wall Street Journal said Trump's 3% growth target looks out of reach. The Hill wrote Trump's growth projections leave economists in disbelief.
The regulations were choking this country, and I'm all for regulations for clean air, clean water. We want to have great environmental control, but they had 10 regulations when you could have used one. And as you know, I've been cutting 22 regulations for every new regulation that's put in.
It looks like I'm not going to get done tonight, but it's in. I got two of the anchors in, and I still got to put some bolts up here, which I'm all set. I got the right bit size and the proper screws. I've already done it before. I'm all set to go. I'll have to wrap this up tomorrow.
The roads are being built a different way, and you couldn't make changes. No, this is, we're doing great. We can do a lot better. The fact is that if I can cut the trade deficit from $817 billion, think of that. We have a trade deficit with other countries. That's trading with other countries. $817 billion. If I cut it in half, right there we'll pick up 3 to 4 points. So you could add that to the 4 or 5, and so we'd be at 8 or 9. Now, I don't want to say that too much, and I didn't want to say it too much during the campaign because I would have been criticized. People wouldn't have believed it. But now they're starting to believe. And you're right. You look at a guy like Krugman. He doesn't know a thing. I mean, the predictions were so bad. A big factor, though, Sean, was regulation. And obviously a big factor was the taxes. But a lot of this, really the taxes are going to help in the future. I look so forward to seeing the next quarter. Because this is so sustainable, this is going to go for a long time.
You know, we have numbers that are in now, and all during the 2016 campaign, I gave statistics out. I did it every day because I wanted people to know what 8 years of the Obama economy were. And, you know, lowest labor participation.
So, you know, as I was saying with Q, I'm going to try to wrap up this video. It was a mess, you know, but it's just life, man. So, I was saying that Q, I thought whoever came up with Q. All right, I'm home now, looking at Q posts and just mulling it over in my head. and I've come to a little mini conclusion. I think I'm looking for something that's not there, maybe. I just seen other channels. I've seen them explode, like and grow, and so I don't know. I think I'm just searching for something, and I'm gonna stop searching. There's no way I can do this. I mean, I read a post or two. It takes me an hour and a half just to figure out like one post, and you know, I get the feeling I'm being dictated to. You know, like told what to think. And I know a lot of people love this Q and they think it's real and stuff like that. But I'll check it out from time to time. But I think I'm moving on. And I would say beware of traps, man. Beware of traps. You could be walking into one. All right, man, I got to get rolling. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.